we've had some absolute stinkers, no doubt, in recent times. I mean, we've been lucky. We've had a lot more good than bad, I'll admit, but we've had some stinkers. But this is our biggest loss since last round of 2016 when the Swans absolutely belted us. So we haven't had a loss this bad since beginning of 2017. And look, that's a good thing. It's been nearly 5 years since we've had a loss like this. But a loss like this makes you think, where is our list at? I mean, I know we've won three in a row and things are looking a little bit better and we're playing a better brand of football, and you think, oh, maybe we're not, as bad as we think we are. And then you see something like this, and I know we're coming off the bye. I know it's Brisbane at the Gabba and not many teams beat them up there, and I'm not saying I expected us to go up there and whoop them. But to lose by more than 80 points like we did is, I was going to say borderline embarrassing, but it's not borderline. It is embarrassing. It is. And it hurts because I was going into this game with a lot of confidence and a little bit upbeat about it. I mean, just these are some stats I got here. But the last four games since Mini had taken over, we've really jumped up in some key areas of the game. So disposal efficiency was a massive issue for us. And in the last four games, we've gone from 13th in the comp to 5th. Kicking efficiency, which was another big one. I mean, they sort of fall hand in hand a little bit, but we've gone from 18th in the comp to 2nd, which is awesome. Our corridor use from deep 50, we've gone from 15th in the comp to 6th, and then from points from stoppages, 18th in the comp to 6th. So all massive jumps. And I thought, you know what? Like, if we're cleaning up these little areas of the game and we're starting to, really switch on and click a little bit better, then maybe we can give Brisbane a good run. Like we beat Freo and Freo, and I know they're a very different team to Brisbane at the Gabba, but sorry for saying my eye, jeez, but it was one of those games where you didn't necessarily think, oh, we should win this one, but you think we're definitely a chance. And look, the late outs didn't help. I mean, Preston not playing was big. Dusty, pulling out today was big, although the rumours were circling yesterday that he wouldn't play. So I do find it disappointing that, the club knew he didn't fly up. And I find it interesting. I know the way they're going to work it, and I just find it interesting that they waited till about 2 hours before the game, 3 hours before the game to say that he's out, when you probably knew the day before that he wouldn't be playing. But, I know that's how the football system works, so I won't argue with it. But in terms of the game, there's only so much I can say. I want to get on here, I want to scream, I want to shout, I want to swear. I want to pull whatever hair I got left out, but it's useless. It's just one of those ones where we're going to have to sit back, be super disappointed in it, and just hope that we do better next Thursday against the Swans at the G. But we just got beaten up around the ball all night. I mean, we lost every aspect of the clearances. So 46-22 in the clearances, 22-5 in centre clearances, and 24-17 at stoppage clearances. So we got smashed in all those areas. 68-38 inside 50s, so they had nearly double the inside 50s that we did. It was atrocious football, and I'm not going to point at individuals because everybody. Noah Bolter I thought was probably one of our better players, but in all fairness to him, or in fairness to everybody else, the ball was getting slammed up there that often. Your fullback shouldn't be your highest disposal getter on the night. It's as simple as that. We just weren't able to win the ball, and they were cutting us up through the middle of the ground. And towards the end, they were just taking the piss, and it was tough to watch. So they were chipping it around their forward line, just thinking, oh, no, I'll let this bloke kick a goal. I'll let this bloke kick a goal. Like, when teams are doing that against you, you're in a bad spot. And I know how West Coast supporters feel this year after that game. That was just unbearable, and it was one of those ones. Like, I had my own football training tonight, and I missed the first quarter. I walk into the rooms after the quarter time and I thought, oh, geez, we're a few goals down. That's all right. Like, you give us a sniff. And inherently, I missed the one good moment of the game, another Jaden Short bomb from outside 50. But I also did miss him get subbed out with a potential injury. So that sucks too. So it's one of those, I don't know, it's one of those games where I could just keep ranting. And we all know moments we want to pick on those players that definitely didn't look up to it tonight. And for those that might want to turn around and have a look at Jack, I don't think there's much more he can be doing. I mean, he's battling as the only option up there for most of the night, week in, week out. And, he goes around one more year and people critique him for that. But, correct me if you think I'm wrong, but I think with all the good intentions, Jack thought he'd be playing alongside Lynch as the key forward, and he'd be your second option. You know what I mean? And Jack as a second option would be he'd be able to rest a lot more. He wouldn't be getting beaten up as bad as he does week in, week out. And at his age, it's hard to be the number one key forward and almost be your only key forward. You expect to go out there with Lynch by his side, but Lynch hasn't played since round 4, and he might not come back for the rest of this season. That's how bad his injury is shaping up to be. So I don't know. I don't know what else to say. There's plenty of blokes that you can point the fingers at, but again, it's a team thing, and we just got dismantled. All the articles say Brisbane tamed the Tigers, and that's honestly what they did. It was hard to watch. And like I said, we came off the bye, and I still don't think any team this season has won fresh off the bye, apart from teams that played other bye teams, if that makes sense. So I think anyone that's come off the bye and played a team that didn't have the bye have all lost. So look, that probably didn't help. That's starting to happen. Brisbane at the Gabba, not many teams are going to beat them, like I said earlier, but the 80 plus points none of that's an excuse. If we lose by 20, you say, maybe the week off didn't do us as much good as you think, but no, 80 plus points, there's no excuses for that. That's just tough to watch. It's disappointing. It's disgusting. I don't think there's any point going off and abusing individual players. I think everybody knows what they did wrong and, what we did wrong as a team. So I don't think there's any good losing it and cracking the shits. I'm good at that at the best of times, but I just think there's times where you got to think about it and, you know what, there's no benefit from me doing this or whatever. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up there because it's a tough one. It's a tough video to do after a loss like that. It's fresh after the game. Maybe that wasn't the best idea. I don't know, but I wanted to get it out while the emotions were raw, and give everyone else something to watch, something to vent to a little bit if that helps. Because I think we're going to need it. It's going to be a long week. Thursday night football. I like Thursday nights. I don't like when Richmond play on a Thursday, but I do like Thursday night footy. But the only problem is now is it's going to be. I know it's only the 7-day break, thankfully, because we play Thursday again. But it's gonna feel like an absolute lifetime. After a loss like that, you don't recover from those losses too quickly as a fan, and we're going to feel this one for a few days. So, look, there's not going to be many highlights to post, in terms of video content on the socials. So there won't be much going out there, but we'll see. We'll have to see. We've got a big game coming up against the Swans next week, and that's sort of the only thing to look forward to at this stage is another game to sort of rectify what we did tonight, because that was difficult to watch. So I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you very much for watching. I hope if you didn't manage to get through the whole thing, I hope you, I was going to say I hope you enjoyed it, but let's be honest, nobody enjoyed that. So I hope you can get over the loss quickly, quicker than I will, hopefully, and we'll see you for the next video. Go Tigers.